do you think cities are to the national economy, to economic growth?
Well, they're absolutely fundamental to economic growth and to the creation of jobs. Cities drive regional economies, and all the evidence is that in the United Kingdom they're underperforming in comparison to virtually any other European country you could mention. And there are all kinds of historical reasons for that. And of course London is itself so successful, and that's a good thing for the rest of the United Kingdom, largely because it helps drive the UK's tax income. But it also means that it sucks out some of the labour and some of the talent into London, which might otherwise create businesses and jobs out of London. So the big cities in England, but all of the broader urban areas, the Scottish, the Welsh, Northern Irish towns and cities, all of those are contributing to wealth, many of them based around their universities and the research potential of those universities. But it's having that critical mass, you see,
yes,
which London has now got, and really most other cities in the UK, other than perhaps in Edinburgh and Glasgow, they are struggling to create that critical mass. And so public sector help, government help is absolutely essential to enable those cities to thrive. Cities are central. I think all political parties recognise that. Let's be clear that we mean by cities the broader city region, the functional economic area, the travel to work area, how you define that, but let's call it a functional economic area. We've tended to call it in the Lib Dems the natural sub-region, but it means broadly the same thing. Now, devolution means that you give people the capacity and the responsibility to do more for themselves and for their areas. Now that's where we're headed. And I think, if 10 years from now we were doing this interview, the acid test is going to be, so what actually changed? Did you increase the number of jobs? Did you increase the level of growth? What happened to the overall level of taxation? I'm particularly interested in the Greater Manchester Earnback model, whereby they have the power to keep 50% of the general increase in taxation as opposed to simply 50% of business rates. Now, there's a kind of pilot, we'll see how that goes. There are other ideas. The Labour Party's got some good ones, the Conservatives have good, we've had some particularly good ones in my view. But all together, what you have now is a direction of travel. And I find that hugely positive.